What's
Bane!
up?
Ladies
back.
and gentlemen!
Yeah. Oh, man.
We are back in action.
Yes.
Out for a review.
Yeah.
Of
yeah.
Barfi!
Barfi with an exclamation point on the end.
It's safe to say the question is if this movie was going to make us barf. It did not. So
Yeah, I remember us saying that at
barfy.
the beginning of the reaction. We're like, will we barf after this?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if barfi means anything in it.
Somebody said it meant like milk or something. Like
Really?
I
don't understand. Yeah,
Let us know in the comments
if
I got that wrong. But some sort of like...
I don't know.
Maybe.
I
don't know.
It's his name, though.
Definition.
I mean, that was... Yeah.
That's true. It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Patreon.
Yes.
It is available now.
Yep, link in description.
Check it out.
We'll have voting on there. We'll have our full unedited react videos moving over there. So please check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
Please support us that way.
Starts at $1 a month. Check it out. Link in description.
Yep.
Peace.
See ya.
Is it a common Indian name? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
a lot of these names we're like, we have no idea if they're actual like names or if they're just like, what is it? You know? Is that a name or a brand of a bike?
PK means, well, I think, somebody in the comments was saying PK means drunk, which is
crazy?
Yeah. Well, I was like, that makes sense. They were calling him
yeah.
tipsy in the movie, so I mean.
Yes, which maybe that translated like that.
Tipsy
I could see that,
equals drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, but so Barfi, we came out of our review, got out of it, and initial thoughts, like where are we at with this?
Yeah, I mean...
Also, leave a like, subscribe, join our Patreon.
Yeah. Yes, you get full reaction videos.
It's totally free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, so please do that. And then if you really enjoy it, subscribe to our Patreon.
Get a little
also, you have access to all kinds of polls on there. So if you can vote on the next Indian movie we watch, and there's a huge chance that the movie you vote for will win because
for sure.
There's you can
as low
have a
as
huge
$1.
in it. So,
$1.
Just $1 a month. That's a month. That's like very.
So check it out. Cheap. Go do that. Link in the description.
Yeah.
Barfi.
Yes.
Wow. So I mean, I don't know what you guys thought of it, but I thought this movie was whimsical. Would be a good description.
But not in a bad way.
No, it's dreamlike. It's fairly silly at times, but it's also interesting because you have two main-ish characters that have special needs that are featured, or at least are different than the different in some way.
Yes,
and it's really interesting because I think they did a really good job of conveying, like for the autistic lady. I think she did a really good job.
Joe Mel is
right. We know some people who are autistic, and it's like, wow, that is pretty representative.
Oh yeah. I thought her acting was great.
Exactly.
Yes. She did really well.
So it's just interesting to analyze life through their perspectives. I love the surroundings. We all loved it, and I think now I need to remember the name of the city.
Setting.
Kolkata.
Well, Kolkata.
And like Darjeeling.
Darjeeling.
Darjeeling? Something like that.
Darjeeling.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
That right. But beautiful countryside, small town with a train. It was really cool surroundings. This movie heavily, and I think this is called out by other people who have reviewed this, but it borrows from some classic American cinema,
like right
Charlie
from the beginning, the Charlie Chaplin scene where he's on the ladder and it's it's teeter-tottering and then he's running and it's like kind of like that like stop motion style of like action sequence. That was so cool how they did that.
Which some people are like, oh man, it's just borrowing from the best elements of other cinema.
But it's in a unique way. It was in a unique way. It's not like they just copied like everything. It was like they threw a new story in there, but added some of the same styles.
And that made me enjoy the movie more.
Yeah,
it was like this is different, and it's. I was pretty much throughout the whole movie. I was interested, and it was just, it was so whimsical, and it was the cinematography was great, and then the soundtrack, love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Amale's soundtrack.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of, Ben, I was looking that up. Like,
a lot
they
of people
did reference that, I think, on, like, they
did
specifically referenced that.
Yeah, the French.
I love the motif of having all the song people in there the whole time. Yes. Like, every now and then they would pop in there.
They had the traveling.
Throughout the whole movie.
There's probably a lot of more meaning behind that than I can think of, but like it's so good. Like I'm sure there's a whole there's theories about why like they're present in certain scenes and stuff. But I thought I thought overall just generally just seeing that it was so fun to have.
And Ben, you briefly touched on this, but like the cinematography was like this was one of the best made Indian movies I think we've seen.
And it was nominated for an Oscar, I guess. It was Indian's nomination.
This was their nomination. Yep.
Did it get
I don't think
did it get selected?
It got nominated. I don't think it won the foreign film.
Did it get nominated for foreign film?
Oh, we should look that up.
Whoa! Okay.
But yeah, that's...
Because, dude, that makes sense. Because it was so well done.
Yeah.
Just because, like, when you look at the shots, you're like, this is a cool shot. And then, like, the next shot, this is a cool shot.
Awesome shots. Yeah.
Right.
Like, throughout the movie. And
just lighting and contrast was just amazing.
There was that one dreamlike sequence at the wedding or the festival or whatever where she was, like, dancing and then it was, like... in a dream, and it that like it turned it like went all black, and then like the dancers would come and like run around her and stuff.
It
was like
wild.
Whoa, it was trippy, but so unique, and that's what I love about this movie. There was some really unique sequences.
I totally agree with you. It was so unique. It was, like Ben said, it was very whimsical. It was just kind of bouncing along, but it was intended to be that way. It just intended to be fun and lighthearted. And it kept to its note really well. Like, it knew what it wanted to be, and it was that movie. You know?
It was a great family movie. Like, I would say... And that's the thing, too.
No bouncing cars in this.
No.
I missed it, though.
The real ones, no.
What?
But, yeah, I think it was a great movie to watch with the family.
We're going to have to show our parents this. My mom especially would really like
it. I think, as we often mention, I think it was a bit too long. 2 hours and 30 minutes for a simpler... I thought
it was... the length of it was perfect, but I don't know.
Right.
It was and it was when we were watching it. It was getting a little late, so we were kind of we
were a bit tired.
But if we would have watched it earlier in the day too, I think we would have thought less of the the length of the movie was too long or whatever. But acting was really This is interesting. Acting. I was just gonna mention the guy who plays Barfi showed up at the very end of PK, and he was that alien, which is hilarious. And then also, like you mentioned in the reaction, that older guy, the bigger guy who was in
he was
PK,
the Buddhist,
the
guy.
That guy in there. So I can't remember his name.
It's not Buddha, but we know. But I don't know
the Hindu guy.
The bald guy.
But so that was fun to see those actors. We're starting to get the hang of we're starting to recognize actors now that we've seen actors, we've seen at least over 10 Indian films, I think. So
no.
Yeah, because I looked at our playlist on I have all our reviews in a
we
playlist.
Have.
I thought there was 15 or something.
Wow.
That's we've been
we've been going right. Yeah, there's so much more though.
But here's the thing: I actually do think that this is one of the best made movies that we've seen. Like made in terms of technical and just the shot choices, the lighting,
I agree,
the soundtrack, everything together. I think in terms of a movie, notwithstanding story. The story was really good. Just movie aspects, I thought was some of the best I've seen. And that really kept me in it through a lot of it because it's important.
You
want to be engaged in the movie, and if it's shot well, and if it's technically
2.5
good,
hours. It's got to keep you engaged.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
I want to know your guys' opinion in terms of the acting. So I thought the main lead. Which I need to get his name quickly.
I've got it here. I wrote him down.
Ranbir Kapoor. I thought he did a really good job. Yeah. I would have to watch his other movies to see if he always
Yeah,
I assume that he really got into character and totally changed his normal style of acting, but it was really, really good.
Yeah. Because like Amir Khan did a similar kind of silly role.
Right. So I'm wondering if he's known for this type of role or not.
Yeah,
so
let us know.
I'm curious to know. But as he did, as the performance stands on its own, I thought he did really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think everyone so this is interesting. So this is our first Priyanka Jonas, or
I was gonna bring that up.
Jonas, and she's okay. So this is really funny because she's in a ton of Indian movies.
Yeah,
and we'll probably
more. And she's in the one that was in the top 5 for last week, the Bajero Mastani or something.
Which we
I
probably
don't know if I pronounced
we'll
that
have
right.
to see.
But yeah, she's I think the main lead in that. And
she
she
did a really good job. This is funny because I think usually she's in movies that are like romances.
She's probably more the love interest.
Right, exactly.
You could tell that she was very beautiful, but they made her not as they played her down a bit because it was
more of like
a
kid.
But that's amazing that this is the first one we see because this might be her best performance because it's totally off.
Who knows?
Yeah. So I think she did a great job. The issue is I don't know how old the girl was supposed to be. I know that
I was gonna bring that up too. That was like the one negative I had where it was like
she was
at the very beginning when she was like drawing on the wall or something. Like I wanted to know like okay, what age was she at that point? Did they mention that? I didn't catch it. If I missed it, sorry.
And so here's the thing: if you are autistic, that does jive. Because sometimes you're developmental.
So she could have been like 18 at that point. But I
wish they
couldn't
would
tell
have
if she was
said
18 or like 15, 14, 13.
And also because tying it to the end when that big reveal happened at the end, which spoilers, but you guys have all
you all we don't need to say spoilers.
But like when they got married, that was a little bit like alarming to me because I didn't know if she was old enough in the story of it. It's like I know that
it makes sense. It was just strange because the actress is 30 years old.
I know
at this time.
She looked old, compared to.
But she's beautiful and young. But compared to her character. It was like, whoa,
true.
This is an older
was her age in
lady.
The character's age.
But that doesn't diminish the performance.
No, it didn't take away from
the character.
Movie
I think so. It was just a little. It was hard to play. So it was like, well, how old is she? And even if she is older, which would make sense because those with developmental needs, sometimes have. I mean, act like children. Like more
of course.
Yes.
Totally.
So it makes total sense.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
And then the other gal was, I think she was pretty good.
Yeah.
Too.
Her name,
she has a Mexican
Fruity is her name in the.
Well, I mean, but the other one's name is Jonas.
Well, she married.
But Cruz is her last name. You know, I mean,
she married one of the Jonas brothers.
I know. That's what's so weird.
Yeah, which is really funny, and she's in a lot of U.S. like shows and movies.
Oh, really?
She's in the new Amazon
which
show,
is hilarious because we haven't really seen any of the U.S. Priyanka Jonas movies.
I know. I guess she was in Baywatch, but we haven't seen that one.
Why would we watch Baywatch?
So we'll have to see more of her movies. But she was impressive, I think, in that role because it was probably pretty
very good. Yeah.
I'm sure.
From what I could, and she did a really good job. I think.
She did really well.
So it was interesting. It was kind of like a love triangle, but the strangest love triangle you'd ever see.
Something we've never seen before in a movie, and that's why I'll just.
And I think too, like with that, it's very hard to execute this story, and to do it like respectfully and well done. But I think they really did it well. And that's really what to apply it. Like it was done very well.
Yep.
Which is hard. Like this is a hard story to tell, but I think they told it really nicely.
Yep.
And I mean, throughout the whole movie, I was saying, she shouldn't have told him.
I wanted to bring that up when they're walking back.
I was like, no,
from like that.
What is going on?
Place, and she's calling out for Barfi from the window.
I was like, what are you doing?
What's her name? Shruti or something.
Shruti?
It's like,
what are you doing?
She's like looking back. And she's like,
no.
In that moment,
Don't
she's
tell
like,
him.
do it. I tell him or not.
Not at all.
Well, she could tell that he was in love. Like his relationship.
I'm just saying, she played it wrong.
Really?
Man. Of course.
Well, I mean,
she did the right thing.
Because imagine if she didn't, though. Like,
yes, she would be married to him, and she'd be happy.
But then he would have been just distraught because he would have been like, oh, like she doesn't care.
So the question is,
does she make? Is he happy or she's
at she's at 0, right? So she wants to be at like, she knows that if she lets him go, right? She's at -1 and he's at +2, right? Because he's super happy. Yeah. And so she's like, well, if I'm at 0 and if I go +1 and he's -1, that's still better for her. So it evens out. And then other girls like -3. Yeah. But like, you know.
Sure, who cares about
exactly. 3. So that's the thing. It's like,
let us know in the comments, guys, if you agree
No. I'm not. I'm just saying from her perspective, she made the wrong choice for her.
If you analyze life decisions, that's neutrals or net positives or net negatives,
she made a net negative decision for herself. Because at the end of the day, she had the worst gig where she watched them love each other to death, and then she's like the third wheel for the rest of her life.
That was interesting.
Right.
That's tough.
It's a tough gig.
I thought it was just gonna. I thought she wasn't gonna tell him. Like the way that scene. Was
I would have been like,
for so long. I was like, wait a second, is she actually not?
I would argue that
being. And you'll see that in our reaction video.
Watch our reaction.
Check it out. You'll see.
I would argue that being selfless is a good quality.
It's a good character trait. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
It's tough. I mean, that's
being selfless also makes you sadder in life, and she probably is sadder now for it. I'm just saying. I mean, like,
that's true.
She made the right choice, but wrong for her. She made the choice that made everybody plus. Like in a net perspective, it was plus by doing that. Yeah. But for her individually, she was a negative.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So the question is, do you lower everyone's net positive by increasing yourself up a bit?
Yeah, that's the true question. Yeah.
That's true.
Which is why
lower everyone.
Right. Which is why I argue that she made the wrong choice for herself.
We should do this for every movie.
Like a game theory. This is like game
positive, net analytical positives.
Exactly. Like in a net basis, she made an incorrect choice. But
well, yeah.
So do we go to ratings now, boys?
Well, was there anything else?
I had something else. What did I
wrote a bunch of notes down here. It was interesting, that little like side plot with Shrudi's mother, where the mother was like, don't go after him, and then yet the mother was like still kind of going after her childhood crush or whatever, and it was like interesting to see that. How her mother was kind of a hypocrite because she was like, "Oh, don't you dare go for Barfi. He's gonna, your love is gonna fade after just a little bit because you can't. I mean, he can't talk or whatever, and it was just like, wow, that was crazy to see the mother go that route where it's like, oh, she doesn't. Like, I don't know. It was interesting just to see that.
She didn't go for love. I feel like that's also more cultural too, where it's we don't really have that a lot in our society where we don't go for love. Mm-hmm. But I think maybe there's more of that. Let us know if that's true.
Yeah, where it's like, you need to marry.
In India, is that more of like a range, kind of like, kind of a thing?
Yep. Like arranged marriage type
style, where it's like, hey, they have money, kind of. I mean, that is kind of true.
It's more about the prospects surrounding.
Right, maybe. Yeah. I mean, in America, there is definitely that aspect, but I think it's mainly based off of...
Well, it was also way more prevalent 100 years ago.
Well, and this was also in the 70s, too. In the 1970s, which is also... So back up a bit,
That's very true.
Another interesting thing. Yeah. No, I really thought this was a really well-made movie. I have the soundtrack on my phone. Like, this
this is a soundtrack movie,
dude. And that's really what makes a movie, is that if there's it's multifaceted in goodness, right? It's not just the story, it's not just the music, it's everything combined.
Yes, exactly.
Totally agree. But I definitely did. So this movie was a bit long. I saw a movie that was a bit too short, which was the Mario movie.
Oh, yes.
Yes. By the way, I finally watched it.
You did.
Yes.
You did.
Hold on, did we do our ratings first?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Which is fine. I already saw your guys' ratings accidentally, so I won't be able to.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys can get.
We probably are pretty close, I would assume.
Yeah, I think I'm going to change my rating, though.
Ooh.
Unless I already... What did I have?
So,
I'm going to guess...
my rating too.
I'm going to guess...
Yeah, I'm going to change mine. But yes, let's...
I'm going to guess what y'all have.
Okay.
You two have, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, 4. Well, yeah, you didn't say anything.
I thought you were gonna.
Yeah, you didn't. Okay,
we did that wrong.
Right.
You were guessing ours. Okay,
yeah.
wait.
What did you guess?
We gotta make this more consistent.
I was guessing yours. We were all guessing each other.
What should be
I
the
think
shout?
fours was y'all's twos.
Yeah,
okay, but what do you think was ours?
Yours? Yes. Well, I think yours is 4. Ben 3.5. Like,
okay.
Ben's the 3.5 guy.
Yeah, these days. I'll tell you right now, I broke the mold.
What?
With a 1! No, I'm just kidding.
Get out of here.
A 4. I gave it a 4.
Yes,
the reason
4's
why
all around.
It was, there were, like Michael mentioned, there were multiple elements that were really good. Like you mentioned.
Right.
Simultaneously, you got good cinematography, soundtrack, etc.
You know, I'm going to be honest. I actually rated it a 3.5, but I think after
that's what I originally did.
Oh, really?
And then I think I was really thinking about I think
we didn't touch on
afterwards. I've thought about the movie.
Well, what was the major negative before I changed to 4?
This was really hard for me.
Ben, you mentioned it in the reaction
because it was a very large issue.
What?
The old they played 30 years.
Horribly done.
The old person makeup was really bad, except for the dude who actually was older. The concept.
Yeah, that is true.
So that was pretty off-putting, which is a bummer because if they did seamlessly do the older age,
I think. I don't know. To me,
I actually still think I'm going to do it 4. Yeah,
I'm not going to see that. I feel like
I still
taking
put
half a star
too.
off for just makeup is not.
I think I'm going to. I literally
done,
and what's interesting, guys, you may think we're hypocrites. I don't know. Tell us in the comments if we're because here's the thing: we haven't talked about this since we watched the movie. So talking it out
through it, it's like, oh, this is.
You think about more of like the. You know what? There actually was a lot of good elements of this movie that I really knew about but didn't.
Yep, and that we haven't seen before in other films.
And we've done this where we've talked ourselves up a movie, we've talked ourselves down a couple as well.
That's true.
I think I'm gonna bump it to a 4.
So 4's across.
I guess we just did that. We just hustled each other into 4.
Live on the
this is like my
podcast.
One of the higher ratings that I've given an Indian movie too. It just hit the right. When I was watching it, I was like, okay, this hits the right.
I agree. I know it really did. I don't know what it. The
music fits so well.
It was like everything combined that made it really hit home a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, and we're probably going to watch it with our family as well.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what
on a second. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. On a second watch.
I want to show this to my mom. She would be very interested in this.
Yeah.
Leave a like if you want to hear the mother's reaction.
Yes. We'll get a quote from the mom.
Yeah. We could get a video.
My mom liked RRR. I can't remember what the quote was.
My mom loved RRR. She was like that. She left during the whipping scene, but after that she was like,
that was too violent.
But let me tell you, I saw a horrible movie recently.
A
which was
what?
The Mario movie.
No!
I
agree.
I
give it
like
you just said it like
good. 2 or 2.5.
I gave it a 2.
Yeah,
I know. I saw you really liked it.
I don't know. Nostalgia didn't carry through.
Yeah,
that's what it did for everyone else.
No. But here's the thing, though. You like Mario.
I played a lot of Mario.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, you did.
Well, that's true.
I didn't play Mario Sunshine, Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
I've only played Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Really.
Okay. So the Mario Kart when they were racing, that was.
But even that, like, here's the thing.
You're like,
the problem with this movie, it was just too short.
Yeah, it was
cut.
Really
there was so many parts that were randomly cut. I was like, oh, this is just a bad movie. Like, because here's the thing, it's meant for like 10-year-olds.
Yeah,
I wish
they
should have made it for older people. That's the problem.
Yeah, they should have had more.
If older people somehow the nostalgia.
They did have a lot of Easter eggs, but the humor, the dialogue was pretty cheesy, except for. Well, I love Jack Black's song, but I did not like. What did you think of that?
Yeah. I thought it was fun.
Okay.
I thought it was fun. But here's the problem: is that they like. The problem with the whole movie is that it like Lego Batman did it really well, where it's meant for kids.
Yeah,
they had so many references, so many adult humor hidden in there.
References to all the other Batman movies too.
This had none.
Sure.
Very few references like in the dialogue.
Yeah, in dialogue for sure. You're right.
And there's background stuff. Like I got a lot of the references, and they were good. But it's like I wanted more like humor, and I think the problem is that Nintendo was in charge way too much.
Oh yeah.
Because I think Nintendo was really like, we are monitoring this whole movie. Yep. I think that actually was for the worst because it didn't translate well, I thought, because it was meant for too young of an audience.
Sure.
Yeah, it was clearly
they have a lot. They can improve a lot in their future movies. Yeah, what did you give it? They're definitely going to have...
I give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I gave it a 3.5.
It was a really I don't know. I would never see it again, but it was like...
It was too short.
It was really
fun. There were
fun,
scenes, too, that they just cut, which was so weird. Like, there's a scene where Cranky Kong gets on the bike, and he's like, let's go, and then just, it cuts. And you can tell he's about to drive away, but he, like, gets on the bike, and it just, like, smash cut. And I'm like, they just cut this off, too. So it felt really, like, disjointed.
It's true. There was that feel to it. I mean, I know they're going to make, like, a ton more now. Hopefully.
Oh, is that confirmed, though?
Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of this one, did you stay for the end
credit scene? Is that confirmed? I mean, that's not...
well, I mean, actually, yeah, it's not... I don't think it is confirmed yet. But I don't know.
What are they... I mean, they're going to make a Yoshi movie?
I mean, that's Luigi's Mansion, they should totally do. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Zelda movies, they're probably going to go that route too. I don't... Well,
this is rated... Goes, Nostalgia carried way too hard for this movie.
It really did.
Yeah, it was 7.3 and
I'm going to make another thing too, and I said this to my wife while we watched that movie, is that the casting for Peach was a horrible casting.
Oh, Anya Taylor-Joy?
Horrible. She's way too sensual to be Peach. Her voice is way too like deep and hoarse.
Oh,
sure. So she's like, we can do it. I'm like, whoa, like back off. Like Anya Taylor-Joy is way too like sensual of an actor to be in a Peach role.
Okay, I
did not someone more
that,
fun and like upbeat. Like she was way too like. Like her voice is too hoarse.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't like it. I didn't like Peach's role. I thought it was really awkward. There's that one part too where they're driving and like Donkey Kong's like, you're flirting? That's horrible.
Oh yeah,
and that was so cringe. She's like, guys, and I'm like, oh.
There's a lot of cringe in
What did you think of DK?
He was fine, but he had like 3 lines of dialogue.
Yeah,
that's the problem. They had like,
and I like the DK rap, how they included that.
Yes,
although they didn't. I guess they didn't even have the original creator of the rap in the credits or anything. Like they just like ignored.
They didn't really do the rap. They just did like
they kind of They kind of like copied,
sampled it, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's over, and it's like the highest grossing movie in quite a while, animated movie. Or something.
I know.
It's not.
Again, it was for me. It was too young of a. I needed it to be a little bit more.
You gotta have something to hold you in.
Give the fan, because Mario's been around for so long. You have a lot of like 40, 50-year-olds that really like Mario.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's like fan service a bit more to them, and like make it age it up a bit. Like I get they're trying to target the kids, but like. You have such a bigger audience with like, but maybe Nintendo was thinking, well, they're going to see it anyways. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I think
it's true. Although
in terms of like my
future movies, they need to make some.
That's
changes.
The issue though, because I don't know if I want to see the next movie.
Yeah.
After seeing this one, if there's a Yoshi movie coming out, I'm like, it's going to be for kids. You know, it's like watching Trolls. I'm like, I don't want to watch Trolls. You know.
Yeah. It feels like Troll like that.
In a way, you know,
it's candy colored.
I know.
Sweets.
What?
It's like just
edibles. Just
there's nothing to it.
It does remind
you. It's like confectionery.
Yeah.
Confectionery. I mean, it's confection.
No, you're right.
This. No, confection. That's right.
Yeah.
Candy.
It's just like nothing to it.
Yeah,
you bite in and it's a little
too sugary.
It's
too sugary.
It is too sugary. I agree.
Way too sugary.
We need more meat.
Yeah.
We need the meat island.
I don't know what that means.
I know.
Okay.
There's a good kind of sweet, which Barfi is, and then there's a bad kind of sweet.
It does remind you about like how much of a drug trip a lot of Mario games are, though. You know, it's like there's mushrooms and there's like weird walking things. You're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on over here?
Playing Mario games.
Anyways, guys, that's all we got.
But we actually, Ben and I actually finished a show.
That's not all we got.
Yeah, we're not quite. False start. We just briefly, can briefly mention it. We finished Band of Brothers.
Oh yeah, we gotta highlight that.
We had never seen the series before, the miniseries. really good. I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
It's very nice. Because I had to rate it on IMDb.
I think I would round up to a 10 out of 10, too. It's one of the few...
So well done. It felt like you were there on the battlefield. The whole time. And, like, I love how they made it a miniseries and not just, like, a...
This is an American War.
Yes.
I don't think
so. Yeah, for our,
it's one of the best representations of.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
In a full layout where it completely tracks.
You get to know the characters so well.
In terms of corporate, incredibly.
And they interview the real people, the people who were there on the battlefield, and so that's really cool to see. I mean, like, just knowing that these stories are so real, and some of the stuff that happened seemed like unbelievable. Like, how in the world did they actually get through this? But they did, and it was like, wow, this is a really good war TV show. Like better than any war films I've seen.
War movie I've ever seen because
it has 10 episodes. It allows the characters to develop and flesh out.
There's a reason why this is one of the highest rated.
Yeah, it's like 9.4 I think on IMDb.
And great production value for 2000 or whenever it was made. A ton of newer actors to the scene that you
like Tom Hardy's in it, and he's super young. Like there's Fassbender's in it.
Michael Fassbender.
Jimmy Fallon's in it for like a brief second.
Wow,
it's the weirdest thing ever to see him
like all like coming up. That is weird.
It was like right when they were getting started.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I've definitely heard great things. I'll have to check it out at some point. But it does sound like a great
contained.
Show.
It's just almost perfect. There's no. I mean, it's long, but it's it's very well done.
Okay,
so,
all right. There's your rec, guys. I know you've seen Barfi, so check out Band of Bros.
Check out
the Bros. Don't watch Mario movie though.
Oh man. I think that's all we had.
All right, that's
Thanks
all
for
we got.
Joining us. We'll see you next time.